A Kitchener man convicted of first-degree murder for orchestrating the death of his wife has cleared the first hurdle in his bid for early release from prison. A judge has ruled that Ronald Cyr can make his case to a jury. CTV's Krista Simpson joins us now with more details on this. Krista, this was a murder that really shocked the entire community.
Tony, Nadia Gale was shot in broad daylight as she was headed to work at a toy store. A jury ultimately convicted 3 men in her death. Now one of them is hoping to apply for an earlier parole using a process that was abolished nearly 2 years after Gale's murder. Nadia Gale was fatally shot while on her way to catch a bus on February 2nd, 2009. More than 2 years later, a jury found her husband, Ronald Cyr, guilty of first-degree murder for orchestrating her killing. Dennis Zavalensky and his friend Nishat Kawash were also found guilty of the same charge for actually carrying out the shooting. They were all sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole for 25 years. Cyr's first chance to apply for parole won't come until August 2034. But now, 15 years after he was first incarcerated, Cyr has taken the first step towards the possibility of early release, using the faint hope clause, an option that is only available to people who committed murder before December 2011.
Theoretically, what it was supposed to do was to provide individuals who are otherwise not parole eligible for up to 25 years some incentive to get better, to reintegrate.
The first step is an application to a judge, and in this case, the Superior Court of Ontario judge has decided there is a reasonable prospect a jury could grant Cyr's request. The decision means Cyr can next make his case to a panel of his peers.
It's really about danger to the community, and danger can be assessed largely. It's not a retrial of the trial, but it can be assessed from what's happened in the last 15 years, what the offender has done while in custody.
Cyr is now 46 years old and currently incarcerated at Beaver Creek Institution in Gravenhurst, where he and others say he's changed. The judge writing in the decision, those closest to him consider that he has worked hard during the period of incarceration to change his life in order to become a better person. He has shown remorse and is described as kind and thoughtful. The decision also says Cyr has converted to Judaism and has support from members of his family. The Crown opposed the request, noting the facts of the offense, which the appeal court described as an execution-style killing. A jury decision to change Cyr's parole eligibility would have to be unanimous.
It's called a faint hope clause because it is the last, it's the faint hope of the accused. But also when you look at the results of this, it's very rare that that parole eligibility is changed. But there are cases where it has happened.
Defense lawyer Kim Schofield, who is not involved in this case, says it is likely a jury would be paneled in a matter of months to consider Cyr's application. Now, to be clear, that jury can only decide whether to shorten the period of parole ineligibility. If a jury does decide to do that, then Cyr would still need to apply to the Parole Board of Canada, which makes the decision on granting parole. Tony.
Okay, appreciate that information. Krista Simpson, thank you.